refereeing team from Senegal, Egypt and South Africa. It promises to be a lively encounter, this one. We're a little less than 3 minutes away from the start.
Yeah, when we talk about the comparison of these two teams, we see that Tunisia is way more effective from 2-point shooting than Rwanda. They have been shooting almost 61% from 2 points compared to 41% of Rwanda. What Tunisia has been struggling with yesterday was their free throws, which thankfully for them hasn't decided the game. And they got away for the host, and I'm pretty sure they will do their best to improve that number from yesterday. I have missed 17 foul shots out of 30 attempts, which is an incredibly low percentage. What does Tunisia needs to do is to avoid their turnovers, to prevent Rwanda to run fast breaks. Also, they are very strong, Tunisia, from inside space. They have scored 32 points from inside yesterday, and they've been well punishing the turnovers of the opponents. So Rwanda needs to as well avoid to do any enforced errors. They should use their athleticism, because we've seen that Tunisia took their time yesterday to adjust to that athletic team of Cameroon. And what I'd like to see on Rwanda is good rebounding, obviously, which is coming from that athleticism. So Tunisia will have to box out in today's game to challenge Rwanda on the boards offensively and defensively. Rwanda will need to fill that space. When I mentioned Tunisia is such strong under the rim with the key players, Ben Romhade, who has had 14 points yesterday, 13 rebounds in 31 minutes, so double-double for this 28-year-old player. Also, who has played really well. Here we see the key players was Zaid Chanoufi, who has completely stepped up that last quarter for Tunisia, hitting big threes. He has been born in Germany. He has the international experience with the German basketball. For a decade ago, he has played in Germany for Phoenix Hagen and Ludwigsburg as well. And he's one of the Tunisian players who's returning from that 2013 appearance of AfroBasket in Côte d'Ivoire. On the other hand, we've seen Hamza Ruhezamingho, who's his 5th appearance on the AfroBasket. He has showed up on every AfroBasket Rwanda has ever qualified. So he has been since 2007, then in 2009, 2011, 2013 at AfroBasket, and he has shown that yesterday's game how important those experiences are, because he has been quite brave on that long distance shooting, and he really carried his team at that last quarter on his shoulders.
Yeah, really stepped up to the mark when it counted yesterday and helped guide his side to that vital victory over Guinea. It was a comfortable looking scoreline in the end. It wasn't always straightforward for Rwanda, as he said. It took a while to get going. But with Tunisia, who suffered a similar problem actually, we've got two sides who struggled early on and then came good. Tunisia more so perhaps. I just remember the end of that first quarter yesterday when they were 8 points down, and there was a real sense of nervousness in the arena. The crowd here were wondering just what had happened to their team and why they hadn't maybe shown up for the start of the tournament, but they came roaring back and they won pretty comfortably in the end. And if they win today, they are guaranteed top spot in the group, because the first tiebreaker when it comes to the group phase is the head-to-head. So they'll have beaten Rwanda, they'll have beaten Cameroon as well, and those are the only two teams who can also win 2 games in this group if Rwanda lose today. So 2 things will happen. If Tunisia win, they will be guaranteed top spot, and Guinea will be officially eliminated. We are pretty much certain that they won't be in the knockout phase, but that will be confirmed with a win today for Tunisia.
Yeah, and we also know that Tunisia is aiming to reach at least the semi-finals this year at AfroBasket. And they didn't really want to say loudly that they really are aiming to go to finals and grab the win at this home championship.
Absolutely, top spot potentially sees them avoid a tricky quarter-final. Although looking at the games from Group A, that is not guaranteed. But here we are, Game 3 on Day 2 of AfroBasket 2017. It's Tunisia against Rwanda. Tunisia hoping to claim top spot and send the home fans home happy. Mabrouk is fouled inside the opening 15 seconds.
Yeah, I already mentioned in that previous game of today that Tunisia is really using their IQ in their game, and this is a great example now from El Mabrouk, how much he used his brain in this pump fake and going to draw the foul.
Mabrouk again getting involved. This is Hadidan now for Tunisia, who lays it up and in off the backboard. And Tunisia get the first 2 points of the game inside the opening 30 seconds. Ruiz Amigo, who's not such a wealth of AfroBasket experience, but his pass doesn't end up in the hands of his opponent and comes to nothing for Tunisia as well. It's so important for the host to make a really positive start, given that it took them a little while to get going yesterday. They won't want to make that same mistake again.
Absolutely, and there are two really important parts of the game, which is the beginning of the game and beginning of third quarter, and as you just said, they will try to avoid that slow start from yesterday.
It's back with Rwanda here. And 2-point lead for Tunisia early on, but the turn and shot is an excellent one indeed from Kanika Bange, another of the key players for the Rwandan side. 20 points and 5 rebounds for him yesterday. Played a big part in that win over Guinea as Abada goes up and lays it in off the glass.
Wow.
And Tunisia back in front.
Yeah, Omar Bada has started the game really well yesterday for Tunisia. Great first half, but he hasn't been as effective in the second half, so let's hope this player's gonna stay consistent. That's been a great shot from Oliver Nshaka. 11 points yesterday, 4 rebounds in 21 minutes. He has been shooting 100% from 3 in that yesterday's game, 3 out of 3.
And Shanufi hands it off to Abada. And there's a foul called against Ruiz Amigo, the 32-year-old.
Yeah, we could see that Hamza Amigo has stayed quite stick on the body of Omar Bada. In that case, he should have just stepped back a bit to give himself a bit advantage for that first step.
This is Hadidad. Hands it off to Abada. A nice spin and turn. Finds Shanufi. Couldn't make the 3. Rwanda can come away once again. And this is Kenneth Gasana, who is able to pick the pass and finds Kamika Bange. Gasana once more. 5 on the shot clock. You've got to get it away soon. They do get it away in time, but it's no good from Kache. And Abada brings it out for the Tunisians. Shanufi. And it's stolen again by the Rwandans here. Ruiz Amigo bringing the ball out and going for the 3 and getting it. That's what he was doing in the latter stages yesterday, and he nails his first attempt of the night.
Yeah, exactly, and we've had a little discussion between each other, Oscar, prior this game, and we said Tunisia will really have to contest every shot possible of Rwanda, because they're able to take these crazy unexpected shots.
Hadidad wins the rebound and then draws the foul.
Clear foul and great work on the board from Mohamed Hadidane.
3-point lead for Rwanda, courtesy of that excellent 3-pointer from Hamza Ruiz Amigo. Double-double for him yesterday. First played at AfroBasket 2007 for Rwanda, which was their first ever appearance. He's an ever-present and still going strong. Hadidad picked up 7 rebounds yesterday. Just the 2 points for him, though.
I think now there has been a line violation from players of both teams. That's why this jump ball, so possession is according to the arrow on the table, so possession for Rwanda.
Says Gasana, hugely experienced player as well. There's quite a bit of experience in this Rwandan side. The shot goes up and in from Shiaka. He started really well.
Yeah, and his percentage of shooting is excellent. Yesterday 100%, today 100% so far. Great performance of Shaka.
Just have another look here as Hadi Dan made life difficult again for the Rwandans.
Yeah.
Big physical presence.
Yeah, definitely right, but he has used his hands on the player again, and officials consistent as always awarded this as a personal foul.
Chanufi. This is Ben Rwanda. He had a really good game yesterday, apart from his free throw shooting as the shot on the buzzer fails to go.
Yeah, now it's been shot clock violation because the ball didn't hit the rim, so officials had to call this violation. They could have let it go, but obviously we've heard that one of the officials has blown the whistle, so they had to stop the game.
Bright start here from Rwanda. They're up by 4. Gasana driving inside and putting up the jump shot, no good.
That's a second personal foul now from Adonis Babigwe. So we will probably see some substitution. It's quite early in the game. Rwanda has heard me probably here by the table. Coach Moise Mutukambali has taken this big player out of the court just to save him for the later stage of this game.
It means that Hadi Dan can have another attempt from the free throw line.
Yeah, we see that Rwanda is in a foul troubles already as a team. That's quite early in this first quarter. So that's why any other personal foul of Rwanda will be sending Tunisian players on the foul line.
No foul so far from the Tunisian side.
And here we see Mambruk. He hasn't had statistic-wise quite impressive game yesterday, but his presence, 36 minutes at that game, has been just incredible because even though him personally, he didn't shy as much, he has been such key element in terms of reading the game, controlling the rhythm of the game of Tunisia as well. And in that last quarter, he has been just excellent, just feeding his teammates. He has been shooting really well in that yesterday game as well. 50% for three-point line and 75 from two-point line. So we'll probably see this player a lot on the court today.
Hadi Dan makes the second of his free throws to make it a three-point game. The referee spotted an infringement once more. And the decision goes the way of Rwanda. Tunisia's first foul. Mario Palmer pacing the touchline in frustration, and Ben Rwanda also a little bemused as to what exactly it was that he did wrong. Rwandans looking to extend their advantage here. It's a missed opportunity though by Hagamintwari. Abada goes all the way through, couldn't quite get it to go, but Hadi Dan with the rebound. And the Rwandans survive. It's good defensive work.
Yeah, and there has been that penetration of Abada. Right now we've seen that offensive effort on the board of Hadi Dan.
3-point attempts coming in here, no good. Rwanda lose possession. Chanufi with the rebound there. Mabruk.
Yeah. Travel violation.
Traveling called.
Yeah, we could see that Ben Rwanda has lifted that flag before he bounced the ball, so that's travel violation. He had a quite slow start into the game as well yesterday, but then the second half he has improved so much, and he's been a key contribution of Tunisian offense and defense. He has ended up with 14 points, 13 rebounds, so double-double for Rwanda.
Shanufi puts it in. Great play by Shanufi.
And that's why we have highlighted him as a key player. He is always coming from nowhere, but he's such a key contributor for Tunisia.
Three-point attempt is no good, and Tunisia regain possession again. Taken out by Omar Abada once more. Abada comes inside, kicks it out wide to Shanufi.
We see a really organized game from Tunisia.
Mabrouk, Shanufi.
Yeah, and there has
Decision.
Foul
Goes
call.
Tunisia's way. And Hadidan can go to the line again. He's had a few trips to the line already in this first quarter.
And it's another player on the 2 personal fouls for Rwanda. This is that quick penetration from Shanufi. This is a second personal foul of Kami Kabange, which gives to coach Moise Mutukambali a bit task to think about, because his main 2 big players been on 2 personal fouls within the first quarter of the game, which is quite early, and it could cause them problems when the time goes on in this game.
Well, that one does count, and Tunisia lead by a point.
Great pressure from El Bambrouk to cut Hamza off the ball.
And Tunisia win it back again. Shanufi tidying it up. This is Abada now.
We see Tunisia doesn't rush their offense. They want to really well prepare every single possession.
Mabrouk puts up the 3, no good. Dan does well to win it back. And they can go again. And in comes Abada, and it just rolled down the leg of Hadidan, who couldn't hold on. Now Gassana for the Rwandans. Just a few seconds left here. And the shot clock, the pass inside, and Gassana couldn't finish.
That has been a great cut from the weak side, but to miss these open layups is punishable.
Abada's pass did take a big deflection off the arm of a Rwandan. So it will be Tunisia's ball here with a little over 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
We see that the ball has been too slippery, so officers cleaning it up, and we're now ready to start again.
Shanufi with the ball in hand here. This is Ben Rondan. Leaves it for Abada. Back to Ben Rondan, taking his time to line up the 3. It's no good though, and the rebound claimed well by Kami Kabange. Kabange gets on the end of it here to try and make a shot of his own. It's unsuccessful attempt from him, and Ben Rondan going all the way to finish in style. And the Tunisians extend their advantage to 3 points, 12 points to 9.
And Ben Rondan needed this full court penetration and finish, because he's been struggling again at the beginning of the game with his shots and effectivity offensively, but great penetration.
Well, Tunisia, who are trailing for quite some time, now find themselves 3 points ahead as Gassana looks to lift one in here and wasn't able to do so.
Yeah, Gassana is opening himself really well, but then he's kind of rushing that last shot, and the execution is poor.
Here's Mabrouk.
Again, another well
bounce pass into Shanufi.
Wow.
Yeah, drew the foul.
Yeah, there has been a great cooperation between Mohamed Hadidane and Shanufi. When you play backdoor action, as we've just seen, it's important the eye contact of both players to be on the same page, and usually using it when the defender is in the passing lane and overplaying you defensively. You just cut behind his back and time up that pass.
So Shanufi on the line here.
Shanufi is playing right now in a club like Club Africain in Tunis. So he's quite familiar with the environment in here. So, and he's showing us how important player he is to his team.
Shanifi makes the second. Edge a little further in front. 13 points to 9. The co-hosts of this event lead. Half of the group stage being played in Dakar, of course. The final stages, the knockout phase, will be here in Tunisia. The Rwandans looking for a way through here. The rebound was good, but the attempt that followed wasn't. And then Romdani moving quickly down the court. This is Mabrouk.
Yeah, that has been great defensive recovery for Rwanda. They again forced Tunisia to play 5-on-5, but they so far really well moving the ball and organizing their offense.
Chanufi's three misses, and this is Gasana again. Inside the pass and the foul. And one.
That's a big shot for Kamikabange. Have had 20 points yesterday, 5 rebounds, played 35 minutes. He has been shooting 43% from the field.
Big contribution yesterday, a big part of that win over Guinea, which has put the Rwandans in an excellent position coming into this game.
And he has been another player with the experiences from previous championships from 2013 from Ivory Coast, where he has been averaging 14 points and almost 10 rebounds, so almost double-double at AfroBasket 2013. He also has appeared in AfroBasket 2011 in Madagascar, where he has been averaging 10.6 points and 5.4 rebounds. So you know that as one of the most experienced players within the Rwanda's roster, together with Hamza, who has Amingingo, who has appeared in every AfroBasket for Rwanda.
Omar Abada finding Hadi Dan. This is Chanufi. El Mabrouk for three. Oh, drains it. Superb from El Mabrouk. That's what he can do.
Yeah, he played a very patient game because it has been on his second shot in today's game, and he is waiting for his moment in offensive efficiency.
And claimed here by Hadi Dan. Hadi Dan looking for his options here. Moving it around well here, the Tunisians. This is El Mabrouk. Oh, lovely pass. And the finish is there too from Ben Rwanda. And Tunisia are starting to pull away just a little bit here at the end of the first quarter. They lead by 6.
And again, El Mabrouk is showing us why he's important on the court to be for Tunisia. Great court vision.
A little over 11 seconds left in this opening quarter.
Tunisia still have one more foul to give to cut a bit offense of Rwanda in this last 11 seconds of this first quarter.
And here goes the three-point attempt and the follow as well from Kabange. Luis Amigo unable to make that three, so Rwanda unable to close the gap at the end of the first quarter. It's been a pretty successful one in the end from Tunisia. Again, a slightly slow start, but they'll be pretty happy to be in front and to have a pretty healthy-looking lead early on in this contest. It is the hosts who have the edge with 10 minutes played here. They lead Rwanda by 18 points to 12. Well, pulsating first quarter of basketball here. Tunisia find themselves 6 points in front. And Neither side particularly successful from the three-point line, just one apiece in that opening quarter.
Yeah, but we can see they're shooting 63% from two compared to 31 of Rwanda, and that's really reflecting the style game that Tunisia is playing. They're not rushing their offense, they're really preparing their offense. They're playing very well organized, and defensively they're filling the space to enable the athletic team of Rwanda to grab any offensive rebounds. They have allowed Rwanda only to 2 offensive rebounds, and together allow them 7 times to grab that board, and Tunisia has had 14 rebounds during the first quarter. So that shows us that they're really doing a great job on that athleticism of Rwanda. Tunisia really stepped into this game well organized and disciplined, knowing how important this game is for them, and they really want to end up on the first spot in this group.
We'll certainly take the pressure off tomorrow. They will want to make it 3 wins out of 3, of course, but top of the group is all that really matters at this stage, just getting through to the knockout stages and ideally avoiding the strongest team from Group A, whatever that may be. That is quite hard to say, really. So the second quarter due to get underway in just a moment here. I'm seeing a couple of the experienced players come on for Tunisia here, Slimane and Niwa, who both have plenty of experience at international level.
Yeah, Slimane is another player who's returning from that 2013 championship in Ivory Coast, so plenty of experiences, as you said, and that's Slimane's first appearance in today's game, starting the second quarter.
Here is Niwa. 11 points, 4 rebounds for him yesterday. It's been won back, though, by Kenneth Gassana. And the ball going behind the backboard. Didn't quite work out here for Kami Kabanga this time. This is Muli. Niwa.
And again, we see a well-organized offense based on the ball movement and changing strong and weak side quite often.
Stolen back here, though, by Rwanda. This is Kabange to Ruwezamiko. Ruwezamiko picking out Twakiri Aezu. Kasana into Kabange. Whoa. Couldn't quite get it to go.
That has been a great defensive effort now from Tunisia to enable Kabange to finish this easy shot.
This is with Slimane now, and this is Niwa.
Niwa is a really experienced player, 34 years old, and he has contributed by 11 points yesterday and 4 rebounds to assists in 20 minutes.
3-point attempt, no good this time. Ball is loose, and great work by Niwa to win it back.
And what a great hustle are we now seeing from this veteran.
Goes for the 3, and it's good.
Yesterday he was 100% from that line, and today again 1 out of 1. So great start to this game from this veteran.
Ruwezamiko finds Kasana. Kasana poised on the edge of the arc, comes inside. Travelling call against the experienced Rwandan.
Kasana has to really work on the decisions making, because we've seen in today's game quite often that he has been forcing his penetration where the traffic is, and the big player knows when to share the ball as well. So when he makes the defense collapse on him, he has to find that extra open player.
Slimane. There's Gamza. Niwa into Lahane. Gamza gets it back in and finished off. No, not quite, by Lahiani. Couldn't increase Tunisia's lead. It would have made it a double-digit lead as well. Kimi Kabange.
What a cooperation between Ruwezamiko and Kabange.
What a pass that was.
Yes.
What a finish as well.
Yeah, Hamza Rwanda knows why he's playing every move of him. Anytime he's trying to create something, he exactly knows why he's doing it, and this was a great read and great pass around the defender.
Rebound is claimed by Gamza. This is Newer for the Tunisians, who are up by 7. Mouli coming inside. And gets it on the outside here. And will drive in once more. Travelling called against Tunisia's number 8, Omar Mouli. A little under 3 minutes gone in this second quarter. It is 7-point lead for Tunisia as they look to secure their spot in the knockout phase and at the top of the group. Rwanda looking to respond here. The three-point attempt a little off there from Rwanda. We saw at times yesterday that he is capable of the odd wild attempt from long range. He does come up with the goods as well. He certainly did yesterday. Helped turn the tide for his team.
And this happened, another travel violation. Slimani is not really aware of that. He has been stepping with the ball, but a decision has been made, and time to play a defense for Tunisia.
Long three attempted, and it sinks for Rwanda. Twagiriezu with a tremendous effort.
Yeah, and that's exactly the game of Rwanda. You have to really be aware of that. They can shoot the ball anytime, even if the position doesn't look good for them.
And they follow after Mouli's effort, not quite falling for the Tunisians, and Rwanda looking to break quickly. And Lahiani did really well to recover that, and the chances on here for Tunisia, though they've just slowed it down there. No real options open for Slimani. And this is Newer for the hosts, Lahiani. Slimani back in to Lahiani again, who comes inside, couldn't quite finish it. He's been so close on a couple of occasions, and again, not quite getting it to go, with Rwanda now coming away, and the three-point attempt is no good. And certainly not afraid to have a go.
Yeah, and we see again Tunisia is organizing their offense. They know that the positions are there. They just need to execute a shot.
And the pass was intended for Mouli. It was always going to be an ambitious one, intercepted easily by Hagimintwari, and now he gets it back again and finds the man in the corner. It's missed by Twagiriezu, could still be tipped in here. And finally it is finished off by Dan Manzi.
Yeah, Slimani has stayed quite on the three-point line instead of hacking himself down under the rim and trying to box out Rwanda's player. Great effort on the board for Rwanda.
Giaza finding Newer, and then the chance for the three. It's no good. Lahiani just can't get anything to go at the moment.
Yeah, Mario Bama has substituted many key players in this part of the game, and we can see that he's been ready to put back those key players in the court, because he doesn't like the effort and performance of bench players so far. They have allowed Rwanda to go back to only 2 points difference in this game. So coach Mario Palma is back to his first 5 plus Nizar Nigwa on the court, staying from that bench players.
Twagiriezu. The long-distance shot goes up, doesn't quite drop, but Rwanda have it back again.
And what did Tunisia do well the first quarter was the boxing out Rwanda's players. And these last 2 minutes in this quarter, they haven't really been boxing out anyone, and that's why Rwanda is grabbing these offensive rebounds, which gives them another offensive possession.
Enrondan, Chinufi, Hadidan into Elmer Brook, who comes inside, lays it up, couldn't quite get it to go. And foul is called. It's a decision that favours Rwanda on this occasion. Elmer Brook couldn't quite pull it off, and there was a clear shove there. the Tunisian man. We are nicely set up here at the moment. A 2-point game. Rwanda have responded well in this second quarter so far. Hakamuntwari. And the pass inside, and Manzi puts it up and in. Tied game at 21.
Great read and good vision from Rwanda again, finding Manzi wide open in that post-up position.
Hadidan comes inside, uses his strength to find a way through and finish in style. Tunisia back in front.
He has had a quite huge effect right now in this game today. Mohamed Hadidan is just playing great offensively and defensively. He just needs his players to support him a bit more.
In it goes from Rwanda as they tie it once more. Exchanging blows here, these two teams who are battling it out for top spot in the group. Nua has the ball in hand. This is Mabruk. Now Hadidan. Nua. Pass out to Hadidan, who puts up the three. Beautifully done.
That has been an incredible offense again from Tunisia. Patient play, waiting for that position to create.
And the response here from Rwanda. Can they level it up once more? A couple of missed attempts, and Ben Rondan comes away with it for the Tunisians. This is Nura and Hadidan again. No good this time. Rwanda not wasting any time in getting forward here. Shot comes up, not quite good enough, and definitely took a touch off Hadidan there last. Right in front of the official, he wasn't going to miss that one.
Yeah, timeout called by coach of Rwanda, Moise Mutukambali.
Well, with that three-pointer, Hadidan has taken himself onto 11 points. He's leading the way for the Tunisians. 7 rebounds from Ben Ramdane. It's a tight game, this, at the moment. That three-pointer is all that separates Rwanda and Tunisia at the moment. Still 2 minutes left in the first half. Rwanda certainly giving a really good account of themselves, so we didn't really know how they perform in this group. It was a tough one for them on paper. But certainly sticking with Tunisia at the moment and giving them plenty to think about.
Yeah, because Tunisia has just got away from what they've done really well the first quarter, and that was the boxing out Rwanda's players on the board. They are a way more athletic team, Rwanda, than Tunisia, and they allowed them to grab 8 offensive rebounds out of 17, so it's almost half offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds, and that's a number what's holding, what's keeping Rwanda in the game, because they are able to play effectively that second possession they're receiving after these offensive boards. So Tunisia needs to get back mentally into the game plan they had at the beginning of the game to deal with the athleticism of Rwanda and box the players out.
Rwanda 3 points down at the moment. They could cut that gap here. Doesn't quite go, but the rebounds are being won by the Rwandans. And it's a good effort there to keep the ball alive there from Ben Ramdane. Just couldn't quite stay within the lines.
Yeah, and I have to say, Rwanda does an excellent job on that board, and they just can't really execute that last shot to finish this effort and to reward this offensive effort on the board, because they have had the possessions, but the execution of the shot has been a bit rushed.
Rwanda looking for a way through, and good aggressive play under the rim. So Tunisia win it back. It's great work by Giaza. Abada now for Tunisia. And El Mabruk goes for the big three and doesn't quite pull it off this time. Rwanda move it quickly. The floated shot doesn't drop either, and there's a break on here for the Tunisians. Elmer Brook back inside to Abada, who lays it up and in.
Great play, great unselfish play from Murad El Mabrouk again. Great spacing, having a third player coming in as Abada did and laid it up.
Rwanda now find themselves 5 down. Still just about edging this second quarter. They were 6 down, remember, at the end of the first. Pretty important 50 or so seconds to come here on the brink of half-time. Rwanda showing great intent, haven't quite had the success. They will keep hold of the ball here.
Yeah, and Gaza now couldn't catch that ball. They have been great at 4, but not again. And Rwanda again has missed that open shot.
Oh, it's taken back by Ben Rondan. Drives forward and looks to finish. Ben Rondan doing it all alone. And Tunisia now up by 7. 25 seconds left in the game. There's a 6-second difference between the shot and game clock at the moment. Rwanda need a couple of points, really, and they get the 2. Nice floater. Much needed one for the Rwandans, who cut the gap to 5. But can Tunisia use these closing seconds? Abada puts up a shot on the buzzer, just fails to find a way to drop. And it means that Rwanda have just edged that second quarter as the half-time buzzer goes. 5 points the difference. It was a 6-point game at the end of the first. And the Tunisians are in front, but it's still really open here at the end of the first half. The score here in Tunisia on game day 2 of AfroBasket 2017 is Tunisia 30, Rwanda 25.
Yeah, we see that Tunisia needed this halftime break because they have been a bit collapsing defensively on that board, and they really need to refocus again and get back to the beginning of the game. They've been so far forcing Rwanda to shoot only 27%, but we see here the percentage 31 from the field and on the 18 from 3-point lines, but they have out-rebounded them 23-17, and their turnover is quite equal, let's say. There's only 5 points difference, but Rwanda is definitely putting their heart to go and fight for every single rebound passer, because they know that Tunisia plays well-organized game, and if they won't fight on the board where they have chances, a more athletic team than Tunisia, they will lose this game. So great effort from Rwanda on the board. They just need to focus to finish these and not rush their shots.
Yeah, it certainly felt as though Rwanda were putting real pressure on Tunisia in those closing minutes in particular, and just weren't being able to take those opportunities, and could be even closer than it is now if they'd just had a little bit more composure when it came to making those final shots. In terms of the key players, well, Rwanda have been spreading the points out a little bit in this first half. It's a fairly low-scoring half, of course. 7 points for Kamika Banga, who's been a key member of the side. Razamego hitting one amazing 3, but he's missed his other attempts. He's hit 1 from 4 from downtown in that first period. And for the Tunisians, it's Hadi Dan who's had the biggest impact as far as point scoring goes. He's got 11 points as well as 5 rebounds. 9 rebounds from Ben Romdane in that first half, as well as 6 points. And the other points shared out pretty equally amongst a few of the other key players. So a fascinating battle in the first half here. And we can look forward to a pulsating second half, no doubt. It is Rwanda who trail at the halftime interval. The host lead, it is Tunisia 30, Rwanda 25.
Alors maintenant, il écoute les guichets par contre, salle prima Radas et les boutiques pour les
Welcome back to Tunisia. The hosts are in action here. The Salle Omnisport de Rades, just outside of Tunis. And they are in front as well in this clash against Rwanda. They lead by 30 points to 25. At the halfway stage, remember, a win for Tunisia will mean that they top Group C regardless of what happens tomorrow, although there will be the small matter of who joins them in the knockout phase to be decided. So the games will still be of huge importance, whatever happens here this evening. And Tunisia with a 5-point lead at the halfway stage of this encounter, 30 points to 25. Teresa Brandtlover alongside me again for the second half here, and Rwanda were really applying some pressure towards the end of that first half, and Tunisia are probably glad to get that second quarter out of the way.
Yeah, absolutely, because coach Mario Palma has given the space to bench players, but there has been quite a huge drop of quality of basketball from Tunisia, because they were leading 21 to 12, and straight away when the bench players have been on the court, Rwanda has scored at 9 points run and equal or even the score. So they have forced coach Mario Palma to put back on the court the key players of his team, and I'm pretty sure that Tunisia needed this break a bit to refocus, because we said they have to avoid the turnovers in this game, and they have so far committed 11, which is quite a high number. Rwanda is really punishing these turnovers. They have scored 10 points out of that 25 from turnovers of Tunisia. Also, we said for Rwanda they have to fill the space, because Tunisia is such strong in that inside space in the paint, and again they're struggling to do it. That's why Tunisia has scored 16 out of that 30 points only from the inside space. So both teams have to probably get back to the game plan they had before this game and try to follow the instructions, because this has been a quite simple scouting what I have done based on facts we had and resources we've had, and coaches are way more experienced than I am, and I'm pretty sure they have pointed these points before the game, and they have reminded the players this time in the changing rooms as well what they have prepared for this game, and they need to stick to it this second half.
Well, it does promise to be a really thrilling 20 minutes of basketball here. Tunisia hoping to claim that top spot in the group, up by 5. They had a slow start yesterday and turned on the style late on. They do have plenty of experience in their team, the likes of Shanufi and Slimani, who have made a contribution so far this evening. And of course, we mentioned it yesterday, talked a bit about it yesterday, Salah Mejri of the Dallas Mavericks, unavailable to Tunisia for the first time since 2009. And his presence will be missed, there's no doubt about that, but they will still want to top this group, and they will be hoping to at least make the semi-finals again, as they did 2 years ago. But of course, their aim is to get even further. And we are underway in the third quarter. Rwanda will look for a quick start to try and cut that 5-point gap down as soon as they possibly can. And that's exactly what they've done with the 3 right at the start of this third quarter, to just bring a little bit of silence to this Tunisian crowd.
Yeah, Olivier Shaika, great 3-point shot. Great step into the third quarter of the game.
Wilma Brook into a Chanufi. This is Ben Rondon, who's so difficult to stop. That's what he can do.
Yeah, and we've seen again he had a quite slow start into the game, but this individual action from him, we just seeing, just using his size under the rim. A great play from Tunisia.
Makes the 2, draws the foul and goes to the line to try and complete the 3-point play. He fails to do that. He's on 8 points and 9 rebounds at the moment. Closing in on a double-double. Here come Rwanda, though, looking to respond. Missed attempt. It was an open 2 that really should have been taken advantage of there by Kami Kabanga. Chanufi here. Inside to Ben Rondon. Ben Rondon out to Mabrouk, who fakes a couple of times and then puts up the shot and very nearly gets it to go.
It's a shame that Ben Rondon hasn't felt confident enough to take that same opportunity as before, because he has been effective and instead he has decided to just kick the ball out. When you have a player who's strong in some certain skill, you want to feed that player to continue with it.
Lovely finish there from Kami Kabanga to cut it to a 2-point deficit once again. And Rwanda draws another foul, proving to be a handful again in the early stages of this third quarter.
Yeah, and Ben Rwanda can do this all game long, because obviously he has been very effective so far. He scored at 2 points plus 1 foul line shot, and now he has run the foul from the exact same action.
There's Elmer Brook. Pass outside. Dan opting to pick out Abada instead. Abada drives in, kicks it out wide, and the shot goes up for 3, and it is drained by Chanufi. A 5-point lead restored. Big 3 from a big player, Zia Chanufi, 16 points yesterday. Making another valuable contribution. He's got 6 on the board now in today's game, doubling his tally with that one shot. Oh, and Ben Rwanda almost lost that ball. A little bit too casual as the Tunisians start to lift it, start to raise it a gear here. They've gone 7 points clear. Abada making the 2 there. Rueza Migo for 3! And gets it.
Again, at that moment, unexpected shot from Hamza Rueza Migo. Or actually, we should say expected right now, because he's taking these quite often. And so needed for Rwanda right now.
Rwanda claimed the rebound. It's that man again as well. Rueza Migo. Second 3 of the game. He missed most of his shots in that first half, but draining that one, and a nice play again. Easy finish for Dan Manzi. Lovely pass into him as well from Kasana. We have a 2-point game once more. Really positive start to the third quarter. Chanufi comes inside, tries to put one up and doesn't get it to go. Rueza Migo, will he go for the 3? Of course he will. Doesn't get it to go this time.
Yeah, and I'd love to see again that organized game of Tunisia. What has been working really well for them the first half.
Elmer Brook for 3. Picked up by Kasana. Kasana drives in, goes it alone, and Ben Rwanda did enough. Eventually came away with the ball as well. And tried to slip it through the legs of his opponent. He's actually managed to get a little deflection off Olivier Chiaka. Great bit of defensive work there by Ben Rwanda.
And here is that organized offense again from Tunisia, trying to move the ball, not to force it by dribbling. Oh,
Hadi Dan spilling it, gifting it back to Rwanda.
Yeah, it happens. It happens in sport, and that has been a quick return back into the defense.
Oh, lovely pass from Kasana, and the finish is a simple one for Manzi. Same combination, same result.
And there has been a second assist from Kasana, and that's second in this third quarter, because he has played quite identical moves before when he's feeding his bigs while touching their defenders.
Hadi Dan for 3. It's no good. Ben Rwanda underneath it, and he is the man penalised on this occasion.
There's been a bit lack of perimeter players' contribution from Tunisia right now. We see that Hadidana is trying to play Ben Rwanda. He's the main person right now for Tunisia. He has been seen defensively and offensively, and the perimeter players really need to support him and be effective as well.
And Rwanda have just taken the lead. 5 points down at the end of the first half, and they now edge in front by 39 points to 37. Halfway through the third quarter, really bright start. Elmer Brook has it for Tunisia. Pass inside to Ben Rwanda, and out again. And Hadi Dan goes all the way, but it's not going to count.
I was about to say that Rwanda has played really good defense, but then when there has been that kick out from Ben Rwanda, he has read the situation really well, because he's seen that there have been 3 players from Rwanda on him. He kicked the ball to Handana, and he has recognized that a big collapse, because when 3 players guarding one, someone needs to be open, and Handana has used that space in the middle of the paint to attack and been effective, and will be rewarded by 1 more foul shot.
Well, all tied up here at 39 points apiece. Tunisian timeout. Mario Palma has all the experience, all that success with the Angolan national team. He knows what it takes. Love to have had a few more resources to call on, in particular Salah Mejri, of course. But, if he can come out of today's game with top spot and quarter-final place secured, he'll be pretty happy. I do think I want to see a little more from his players in this third quarter. They've struggled a little bit at times. Certainly allowed Rwanda back in. They were probably hoping to come out in this third quarter and really kind of take the game away from Rwanda, and it hasn't worked out like that. Yeah,
but Rwanda has improved their defense because they are filling their inside space to allow the big players of Tunisia to create in the paint, and that's why they have came back into the game and scored 12 points in this quarter compared to 9 of Tunisia so far. And I think Rwanda does an excellent job defensively, and offensively they have hit again their shots they're relying on. It's their game. So great third quarter from Rwanda so far.
He misses the additional free throw. So unable to push his side into the lead. Shot goes up from Gassana. Bounces away off the rim, and Abada moving it quickly and gets the better of Ruweza Miko, and it comes to Ben Rwanda, who opts not to shoot. Hadi Dan, reverse layup, great finish.
And this is the discipline Tunisia has been really brilliant at, because Ben Rwanda knew that he's not the best three-point shooter. He'd rather prefer to share the ball and find Handana in a great, effective position for him.
And Tunisia with a 2-point lead. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Nua. Oh, great pass inside, and that is a simple finish for Hadi Dan.
There has been a huge miscommunication between number 10 and 14, Kabange, and Ruweza Miko. They both have tried to cover the player who has to break that shot, and he has to share the ball really well. Find Hadi Dan again open under the rim.
Oh, it's a fascinating tussle. Tunisia, having been pegged back in this third quarter, have just edged back in front again. They have a 4-point lead as it stands. 3:45 left on the clock in this third quarter. But really, the Rwandans have taken people a little by surprise in this tournament. They started slowly against Guinea and came out on top with a huge win in the end, 20-point win. And they will be hoping that they can cause a real upset. And they know that if they can just put some pressure on Tunisia in the next few minutes before the end of the fourth quarter, and this crowd will start to get a bit nervous, and that'll transmit itself to the players as well. Tunisia, with all their experience, will be expecting to cope with that pressure.
Yeah, and great performance from 2 bigs of Tunisia so far. Mohamed Hadi Dan having 17 points, taking 7 boards, And what else? Ben Rwanda, he has been, together with Hadidane, a key player, really key players in this third quarter for Tunisia. Rwanda, 8 points, but 12 rebounds, 3 assists, and a huge defensive contribution as well.
Rwanda made a big contribution yesterday with a double-double, 14 points and 13 rebounds. And it was just his free throw shooting that prevented him from having truly outstanding figures. Rwanda on the move here and trail by 4. Luis Amigo coming inside and looking for the bounce pass, does manage to pick out his opponent, pick out his teammate, I should say, who draws the foul there. Bigui.
And again, an excellent pass from Rezamingo. He's really feeding his teammates because he's using the advantage he has. He's been hitting a long distance shot, so anytime he does fake that he's shooting, the player's jumping to try to block that shot, and he's using it in favor of them and find his open teammates. And that's been a brilliant pass we've just seen.
Bigui here, missing that first free throw. And goes for the second, misses that as well. Rwanda missing out on that opportunity to claim a couple of points and cut that gap a little bit. Shanufi goes inside. Bigui was in his way, but he's been penalised. It's a foul.
Yeah, he's trying to show that he has been there with his hands up, but no, this move has been called as a foul. If he would have kept those hands high, then obviously he would be right, but it's a quite obvious fact that he has put his arms down and trying to block Shanufi.
Shanufi lining one up, he's missed the first one. This is the second, but the follow is really good indeed from Ben, who once again is having a really big say here. Rwanda looking to respond immediately, and they do with the 3. And Shiaka drains it from distance.
As Shiaka's second three-pointer. Great response from Rwanda, staying in touch with Tunisia.
Halves the deficit with that 3-point attempt. Shanufi now to re-establish it. He misses. Abada claims the rebound.
Good read from Abada. He knew that that has been bad matchup, and he preferred to create, and that's what it is. 2 foul shots for Hadidane again.
Let's have another look at this 3 from Shiaka. Superb effort. Vital one for Rwanda. Keeps them in touch. But Hadidane looking to increase that lead. He's missed the first attempt. 17 points so far tonight and 8 rebounds as well. He's having a terrific night out there. Double-double from Ben Rwanda, 10 and 13. And that is another point in the bank for Hadidane. Oh, what a lovely finish that was. And another response, an instant response from Rwanda. And Mugabe gets the 2 to halve the deficit once more. And it's almost a brilliant play from Niora there. Reverse layup, just not quite falling. Bada has it here. 3 on the shot clock.
I just love the game of Tunisia offensively. They play well-organized offense every time. They play the shot clock, trying to be really patient and find the best opportunity for them, best space to attack, best open shots and looks. And what I'm missing a bit from them is that quick breaks, which they would need if they face some athletic teams in the further stage of this tournament. But they're not a team who's gonna score 100 points per game. They really trying to decrease the turnovers, and they keep it on the low numbers while they're organizing their offense. Really, really good play, smart play from Tunisia offensively.
And they have missed both free throws, something they did struggle with yesterday. It's not exactly going to plan today either. 6 from 16 from the foul line. That will be a concern. Ben Rwanda was guilty of a lot of the misses yesterday. He's only had one attempt today. He didn't make it. Rigby, his attempt was blocked, and oh dear, oh dear.
Yeah, Nua has tried his best to recover this ball, but unfortunately the board has been on the way. As you said, and you've spoken about those free throws, because Tunisia's main focus is the game from the paint. It could be really concern for the future games for them to be really hitting that low percentage of foul line shots, because that could really elevate their game point-wise if they start to hit it and improve this percentage.
Another shot goes up from the Rwandans. It's claimed by Nua. So Rwanda unable to make the most of that. Slightly odd incident. Oh, the no-look pass and the slam from Ben Rwanda.
Yeah,
sensational.
Big misunderstanding between Rwanda defensive players. Great cut and great read from Omar Abada.
There's the foul. Charging the decision there. Oh, what a pass that was, though, from Omar Abada, and thrown down by Ben Rwanda.
And we see that he has double-double already for 13 rebounds, 12 points. What a performance again from Ben Rwanda after that slow start. Again, slow start into the game. He has averaged double-double in that yesterday's game as well, 14 points, 13 rebounds. So he's quite close to that performance again. And such key element of Tunisian game.
Here is Abada now for Tunisia. And, into the corner. Slimani coming out of nowhere to claim that. And Abada fakes and goes inside, hands it off to Slimani, who makes it count. What a play from Tunisia.
I think I have seen earlier Coach Mario Palma be quite mad at Omar Abada that he's not really reading the game well, but we have to give him the credit for these last 2 passes. Great read from this 24-year-old player.
And Rwanda is starting to miss their opportunities, and Ben Rwanda coming inside and barging his way through and putting it up and in. And Tunisia are starting to find their form once again. It is an 8-point lead for the hosts. It's 52 points to 44.
Look at that read again from Rwanda, crossing from strong side to weak side to make the defense move. And this is that excellent pass from Omar Abada on Slimani. Great play.
It's 2 great assists from Omar Abada in the space of a few moments. It's 44 points to 52, and not quite at the end of the third quarter yet. We are at the end of the third quarter, I beg your pardon. It is an 8-point lead for Tunisia. So the home crowd enjoying themselves now, because Tunisia are just starting to pull away. There's still a long way to go. 10 minutes is a long time in basketball. But in the last few minutes, they are really gathering pace here.
Yeah, that has been a really good run from Tunisia. They have used that flat moment defensively of Rwanda to punish it They're shooting 61% from the field. That's because they're not rushing their shots. They're really preparing positions and they're trying to score most of their shots from the inside of the paint. Great run for Tunisia, and we've seen this before in that yesterday's game when they had this run in that last quarter and just didn't let the opponent get back into the game. So it'll be interesting to see if this last quarter will be identical to yesterday's ones when Tunisia will dominate. So Rwanda really have to refocus again, and they need to fill that inside space again. They could play a bit more aggressively defensively because none of the players is in foul troubles, and to put a bit more physical game against Tunisia could cause them a slight troubles.
So 8 points, the difference at the moment. Can Tunisia keep the momentum going here? The long-range attempt no good from Hadidan, the other Hadidan, Bashir Hadidan, wearing number 10. Rwanda look to respond quickly here at the start of the fourth. Slimane claiming that rebound comfortably. Here's Nua, Slimane. And Rondon feeding it out to Slimane, who has time to measure the shot and drain it. And the Tunisians go into a double-digit lead.
And another unselfish play for Rwanda. He has shared that ball and found Slimane. Oh, great response from Gassana. He hasn't been as effective in today's game. He's been shooting really poor percentage. He's been only shooting 0% till now, till he hit that shot. So great response.
Oh, and brilliant again from Nua this time. And all the veterans coming out to make a big contribution here for the Tunisians. They do have that experience. They've managed the game so well. And now is their time to really turn on the style and build on this advantage. Rwanda will look to respond. We'll go to the line here. Nice little handoff from Gassana there. And how about this from Nua? Spin and finish.
Great recognition. There has been no big player to block this shot, so he could have afforded to play his defensive player.
So a chance here then for Shiaka. And drains it. It is a 9-point advantage for Tunisia as it stands. Rwanda staying in touch. Are going to have to produce something special. There's the foul from Kamikabanga.
Yeah, Kamikabanga made sure that this time it won't be N1. He completely enabled Ben Ramdane to even look at the rim and committed a foul.
Well, he had trouble yesterday. There you go. He'll be relieved. It's 1 from 2 now he's made in this game.
Yeah, he might well be, but the whole team of Tunisia shooting 37% from foul line, which is incredibly low percentage. And really, when we get into the fourth stage of the game, if Tunisia will grab this win, that could really cost them games against the more experienced teams.
Well, he did miss the second one. We have a little over 8 minutes left here. Rwanda trailing by 10. Really have kept the pressure up well on their opponents in this game against the host, the much fancied Tunisian team. This is Gassana now.
Great deflection from Nizanigwa, cutting off that offense of Rwanda again.
Amigo finds Kamikabanga. Amigo thought about the three, comes inside, puts up the two instead. Back with Mugabe, and now the long three. My goodness, what an effort. Kenneth Gasana getting in on the act.
He's really stepping up in the second half after that terrible percentage shooting in the first half. Because he's feeding his teammates, he's creating the positions of making other plays. Whoa,
and there's the three from the other Hadidan. It's Bashir Hadidan. And then the response from Gasana, who wasn't able to nail the three-pointer on this occasion. Have another look here. The decision that's just been awarded.
So there has been a personal foul called for Ben Romade. That's what we know 100%. And I would assume because Tunisia is on the foul troubles as a team, it should be rewarded by 2 foul shots for Rwanda. And at the same time, there's been technical foul called on coach Mario Palma. We will see what will happen. Yeah, Ben Ramdane is going to sit down on the bench because he has committed his 4th personal foul. So that must have been maybe technical foul call on him.
Big contribution from him, 15 points, 13 rebounds, back-to-back double-doubles in the group stages here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we will see him back on the court because he's just going to sit down now for a couple of minutes, the later stage of this last final quarter of this game.
2 excellent free throws from Shiaka. And 3 from 3.
Yeah, 100%. Great, important 100% from foul line to allow Rwanda to go back in touch to Tunisia on a 6-point difference. And still 7 minutes to go. Still loads of time for Rwanda to grab the win in today's game.
Bounce pass, it's an effective one. Ruiz Amigo comes inside. And so Ruiz Amigo, who draws the foul.
So let's see. Yeah, there has been quite clear foul from Mohamed Hadidane. Every time you're aiming to steal the ball from behind a player, as most of the time you hit the body or the hand of the dribbling player. So great call from officials.
1 from 2 from Ruiz Amigo.
And Rwanda's back, only 5-point difference, 7 minutes to go.
Big finish coming here. Sheer Hadidan for Tunisia. This is Slimane. Mabrouk moves it quickly. Newer from the corner, drains it. There's the veteran again. A cool head when one was needed.
And that's a great response from this veteran.
Shiaka puts up the 2 and it's missed, but the Ruiz Amigo.
Whoa. That's unforced error right now by Hamza Hadi.
Big missed opportunity there for Rwanda. Can Tunisia punish them for it? El Mabrouk drives inside, floats one up, doesn't quite go this time. Kabanga with a rebound.
Yeah, great advice from Nizar Nigua to officials. He has been using that moment of surprise, standing behind the back of number 8, Mugabe. So before he put the ball on the floor, he has walked. So possession for Tunisia.
Mugabe penalised here. It's another foul.
On the second foul team for Rwanda, so they still have 2 fouls to give before Tunisia will be sent on the foul shot line.
Newer comes inside and just lifts it in. Effortless and brilliant once again.
This has been way too easy, and Kami Kabange hasn't dropped down on that split line to cover this penetration. Great read from this veteran again.
You are almost stealing that ball back for Tunisia there, but Rwanda do still have it. It's travelling again. And, really good period of play this for Tunisia. Starting once again to build up that lead. It was a 5-point game, it's now a 10-point game. If Tunisia manage the next few minutes well, they could set themselves up for a relatively comfortable finish, but the next few minutes will be crucial. Mabruk just hands it off to Hadi Dan, who comes inside and lays it up and in. Brilliant again from Hadi Dan.
What a read. He has recognized that Rwanda's defenders has been waiting for that handoff, so instead of he has changed direction. Wide open half of the court for penetration.
Well, they weren't happy with the decision, but this was Hadi Dan just driving in and lifting it in for another two.
This time the communication between the two officials has been an important element as well. So possession for Tunisia.
Rwanda left frustrated.
Another great organized offense from host team.
Hadi Dan. He lost it this time, but he does get the decision.
Yeah, and Rwanda players doesn't like the decision, because I think the ball has just slipped out of hands of Mohamed Hadidane, so they were quite right. We've had that replay, officials doesn't. So possession for Tunisia.
Mohamed Hadidane is going to go and have a bit of a break here. He's helped build up a 12-point lead for his team. Slimane, and they, for once, failed to manage the shot clock. Something they do so well, as you were mentioning earlier. And that time they just took their eye off it, maybe.
Yep, and we see quite a high lineup now from Tunisia on the court, with only 2 small guards and 3 big players. So they're trying to use that size advantage in their favor. Last 5 minutes of the quarter.
Behind the back pass from Ruiz Amigo, gets it back once again.
Great hands from number 11, Kaiser. But official is part of the court, so that's why.
Great play once again by Giasso, who's done well to keep it alive. And a great play from Tunisia.
Yeah, and this effort has been rewarded by the applause of a crowd.
Mabruk just throws it out wide. What a great pass! What a great three from Beshir Hadidan! Stunning. And Ruiz Amigo's pass goes astray. Another big three-pointer there from Tunisia, and as the timeout is called, it is now a 15-point lead for the hosts, and not a huge amount of time left. 3:46 on the clock, and now it looks a little tricky for Rwanda.
Yeah, and it has been a 10-0 run for Tunisia, because we've seen the score being 55-60 a while ago, let's say 2 minutes ago, but it has been a great 10-point run for Tunisia. Again, changing the rhythm inside, outside, and it has been driven well by Mabruk again, who has spent so far 26 minutes on the court. He's not really shooting well by himself, but he has had 4 assists so far. Same like Omar Bada, who's been on the bench last couple of the minutes. And really 15 points difference still 4 minutes to go. If Rwanda is going to come out with a big pressure defensively right now, they still have chance to win this game, but they really have to now show some heart and desire and believeness as well that they can win the game.
Well, if they do end up just missing out here today, Rwanda can still claim second spot tomorrow in a match against Cameroon, which will be a fascinating one to watch.
And we don't really see any pressure from Rwanda. Instead, they've been in a zone defense, so there has been a change made. So let's see if that works in favor of Rwanda.
Lovely quick pass from Slimane to Bashir Hadidan, but Rwanda have managed to get it back, and Gasana lays it up. It doesn't go in. Kabanga with a rebound, smacked away by Slimane. Still with Rwanda though. 8 on the shot clock.
Great defense.
And now they've won it back here. Tunisia are outstanding. They've upped their game late on in the contest, just as they did yesterday. Bashir Hadidan from the corner again, no good this time, and the rebound is claimed.
Now Tunis doesn't have to really rush their offense against that zone of Rwanda, because they're having a 13 points lead in this game, and they're going to start to take early shots in their offense. They will give more possessions for Rwanda to try to equal the score.
Slimane. Ewer gets it out wide, and the three-point attempt is good once more. And this time it comes Omar Mouli.
What a contribution from Mouli right now, considering he has played only 2 minutes in that yesterday's game. Really important shot of this player.
Samika goes inside, tries the ambitious layup, and Mouli comes away with it. And understandably just trying to slow the play here. Running down the clock with less than 2 minutes to go. Slimane moves it quickly into the corner. Mouli again, not this time. And the rebound is claimed comfortably by Gasana. Now it's Kabanga. Kabanga puts up a shot. Oh, brilliant. Kami Kabanga. A 14-point lead still, though, for Tunisia with 90 seconds remaining. Ewer gets it out wide to Slimane. Yaza manages to spin and get the shot away and draws the foul.
The replay of this great play. 3 Rwanda players has been able to cover this middle penetration and committed a foul.
And it's going to be Mokhtar Yaza. Still struggling with those free throws. And later in the tournament, this could be a real problem for them. You've mentioned it already, but really have struggled.
If I'm looking at that percentage and asking myself, is it three-point shooting, 38%, 36%, that would be a perfect percentage from that line, but for 3 throws, for sure not.
Samigo goes for one of his trademark long ranges, but couldn't get it to drop.
Yeah, and a bit of frustration from Kabanga, committing his 5th personal foul. That's why he's saying goodbye to him in this game.
Well, that's the end of the night for him.
He has ended up with 11 points and only 3 boards, 5 personal fouls. Not the best contribution from this player. He hadn't had really easy job against this big lineup of Tunisia, because yesterday in that game against Guinea, he had way more space to play, because Guinea hasn't had as big matchup and lineup as Tunisia does.
Well, it's a timeout call with less than a minute on the clock. And Tunisia edging towards what would be a crucial win. It would put them top of the group, and it would also confirm what we already suspected before the start of the game, that Guinea will be eliminated. For Tunisia, it gives them a lot of freedom tomorrow. And if they are guaranteed top spot, and they have one or two players who are maybe feeling a little bit of fatigue or suffering with a few minor injuries. They can be more or less rested tomorrow, and they can just look ahead to the the knockout phase.
Absolutely, and but even though I think the 3 days off what we will be facing after this group phase should be way more than enough for the players who have spent more minutes on the court. The rest, I think Coach Mario Palma would prefer to keep that game rich for his experienced players as well, because 3 days will allow them to rest enough. And me personally, I would send all my players from Tunisia to the gym to shoot all day free throws to improve that percentage, because as you already mentioned, that could be quite big concerns for the in this tournament when they will maybe face a tougher opponent and the score will be quite even.
That's a very good point. They probably do need to practice their free throw shooting in the days off in between the group phase and the knockout round. But here comes Tunisia, and there's going to be a big cheer here in a moment as it's thrown down once again, this time by Giaza.
And he is enjoying it, dunk as well. Great. Tip off from Slimane, allow his teammates to run a quick break.
Ruesamico's pass goes astray. And here is that replay of Giaza. It's widening as he rose towards the rim. Uncontested dunk. And time slipping away from the Rwandans, who have given a good account of themselves again.
And it's a shame again that Rwanda has committed this foul, because all 4 players of Rwanda have been covering this penetration, and there was no way that Nisa Nigua would be successful with that brave attack.
Some successful free throws for the Tunisians. And a 19-point advantage, perhaps a little harsh on Rwandans, but what about that from Slimane? I think the foul's been called.
Yeah, let's see. Anyway. This situation should not affect Tunisia. There's 11 seconds on the clock, game clock. So I don't think Tunisia will really go for any more offense. They just need to cross the half court to not commit that 8 seconds violation. I'm pretty sure that we won't see any more intention to attack the basket from Tunisia.
Well, a free throw missed. Twari does get the second one to go. Tunisia going to run down the final few seconds here. Nua has lost it, and a couple of seconds here. Ruesamico gets the pass away, but they've run out of time, so Rwanda unable to cut that gap, and it's a big win in the end for the hosts, and they have qualified for the knockout phase. They will top the group regardless of what happens tomorrow. It'll be either Rwanda or Cameroon who join them in the knockout phase. They play each other tomorrow. That's going to be a terrific contest, because Rwanda, although they've been well beaten here, it's a big scoreline, but they were in this game for a long, long time.
Yeah, it will be a very interesting game, and a great invitation sent to people who's watching us on the live basketball. And because both teams gonna fight to stay in this tournament for the quarter stage. In this AfroBasket 2017, great invitation. But back to today's game, Tunisia, well-deserved win, well-organized game. Their slow start in the game again has improved in that first quarter, taking 18-12 win in that quarter. And the last quarter has decided again the game for Tunisia. What could be really concerned are those foul shots of that host team, shooting 45% from that foul line shot, but they've been really sticking to their game plan. They've been dominant in the inside space in the paint. And I would definitely point out the performance today of Mohamed Hadidane, scoring 20 points, grabbing 8 rebounds, double-double for Ben Romdane. That has been a great performance from these two bigs. Ben Romdane, 15 points, 13 rebounds, so double for him. And also who I really loved was the veteran Nizir Niuka, who has scored 12 points, gave 4 assists, grabbed 3 rebounds, and has been shooting on 66%. I think great contribution from this one of the more experienced player from Tunisian roster. So well-deserved win. Credit to Rwanda as well for keep fighting in the last minute of the game. They now have to really take the time to take the breath for that tomorrow's game, crucial game against Cameroon.
Yeah, it will be a fascinating end to this group, and we'll see whether Rwanda can join Tunisia in the next phase. Really good performance again from the hosts. Once more, it was a little bit of a slow start. They grew into the contest and they came away with the win that they desperately wanted. Another fairly comfortable scoreline as well. They've had 2 fairly sizable victories on paper. There are issues to address, but the experience and the game management, excellent once again from Mario Palmer's team. He knows how to get the job done, and some of these veteran players are more than capable as well. Salam Ashri may not be here this week, but he may not be missed when the tournament comes to an end in a week's time. It is a victory for Tunisia against Rwanda, and they secure a big win as well, 78-60, and Tunisia top the group and make it through to the knockout stage.